to kick off for San Francisco.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. On the return, it's Simba Webster. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Webster on the return. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Now Goff on 1st down. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. They'll run here with Akers. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Akers. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Trent Taylor there. And that'll make it 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, You just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
3 and out.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Akers. And he'll take it down shy the 45 at the 46.
Ball carrier.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Goff. Going up top for Cup. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jason Verrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st down, 49ers.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Rams 7, 49ers nothing.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
To Trent.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. You that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
1st down, San Francisco.
Back to the running game with Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo got the connection here to Bourne. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. Michael Blocker's in on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. This is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. To throw is Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Mostert. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
At 7. Mitch Wishnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return comes Webster. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Samuel Webster on the return. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The final shot before break here. Goff. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a...
Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, 75 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Well, decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play that time for the Rams. 57 yards. Dancing to his left. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 19-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Out of the gun, Goff. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. Tyler Higbee there to make the grab. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he knocks it through.
That ties the game at 14.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Taken about 7 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what gets their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense.
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
So we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. The Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
The 45-yard line.
Safety, Jarquiski Tart. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo now. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. They'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Kendrick Bourne, 64 yards. And the 49ers have moved out in front. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
At the 22-yard line.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Rams going for it on 4th. Gone. And it is incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line is really hunkered down and established themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
San Francisco.
Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
28, Rams 14. Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now Now it's Goff off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, here's Goff. And this is caught off the deflection. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll throw complete to Cam Akers. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up
Goff now to throw.
At the 38-yard line.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jason Verrett. We'll start in the 4th quarter. That deficit had to throw the football, unfortunately. There's the risk of big turnovers.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Here's Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Goal with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21-14.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. On the return comes Webster. A good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
At their own 37-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Off on first down. Flush to his right. This is caught inside the 15. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. Gone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Josh Reynolds there to make the grab. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think and he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28.
The Rams take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One last throw here for Goff. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Rams 20.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.